Okay, here's two 8D8s. One is a Mexican Lili-Ledy and the other's a No COO. Both are graded by UKG. So this one's the No COO and this is the Lili-Ledy, the Mexican version. So I mean the most visible difference is the tone of the plastic, the colour tone. This is more, got a slightly beige tinge to it, whereas this one's very white. But I thought it'd be a nice comparison. But yeah, definitely this one's a lot whiter. This one's U graded, it's U85. It says Star Wars 88, 1983 Lucasfilm Limited, No COO, U85 grade. Both subs are 85. And then this one, which I got, I think this came on Wednesday, it's 80 grade. The figure gets 80, the paint is 85. It says Star Wars 88, Lili-Ledy, 1983, No COO. But I thought it'd be nice to do a detailed comparison. And I mean, I'm full of a cold, so I feel pretty rough, but I was sneezing my brains out on Thursday. Terrible sneezing, and then coughing yesterday. Now it's just a bit of coughing and sneezing. So yeah, nice two figures there. So you can see some differences, like with the silver paint and the brown used. I mean, this figure was redone in the Power of the Force 2 on the freeze frame card. I don't think it's been updated since then. You can definitely see in the torso and the back, that piece of apparatus there is a lot more sharper on this version, which is the Mexican version. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting for maybe one viewer, and he knows who he is. So let's compare the two in detail. So there's the back piece I'm talking about there. On this one it looks far more defined, sharper. I think the silver on the No COO is slightly brighter than on the Mexican figure. Let's just move this away. So that's the Mexican figure. This is the No COO. So I mean, they look pretty similar, more alike than different. So it's like you really gotta study these figures to really see the difference. I mean, you can see this square area with the lines. It's a lot sharper on the Mexican figure than on the No COO. I mean, the silver just seems to be applied a bit more thicker. There's a lot of silver in the midsection. Both have that. The brown used, this has probably got a slightly more reddish tinge to it. They're pretty similar though. Eye paint. He's got larger irises or pupils. It's nice to do a comparison of such. So both UKG graded. Obviously the U grade is, you can't get stuff U graded unless it's modern or current really. So So overall they're pretty similar, more alike than different, like I just said. Pretty cool. It's quite a detailed, skeletal looking figure. So this is the U85 No COO. A piece of the plastic's dropped, you know, there. One of the brackets is broken off. It's a great looking figure. I mean, there could be a few like fine sculpting details, but nice figure that. And then there's this version, Mexican. Certainly got a sharper torso, which Mexican figures are known for. Pretty cool. There's the legs. See if there's any differences in the legs. There's definitely more yellowing in the plastic on the Lili-Ledy. Maybe the arms. Maybe they're exactly the same sculpt. It's just the plastic used and the tones of the paint. I mean, the Power of the Force 2 figure is quite similar to this as well. He comes with a torture rack. They do look nice together. Not even sure which version this is. I'd assume that's the No COO. Could be the Mexican though. Yeah, it's the No COO. Very cool figure. Very detailed sculpt. It's got to be done for finished in '96 of the vintage collection. It's quite nice with the silver, makes it look quite mechanical. Very cool figure. And then the Mexican there. Definitely a sharper sculpt in the head and the body. Very nice looking figure. Yeah, very nice. Two Mexican figures. Or one Mexican figure, one No COO. Look great together. So I guess if you go to Variant Villain, and I know Variant Villain's updated their site. It's been really quite revamped, and I mean what you really want to look at is the Lili-Ledy guide, and I think they're just sort of doing that, but you can find it on Rebel Scum as well, just to find the sort of list of differences between the Mexican figure and the No COO, and if there was a Hong Kong. But then again, a lot of the No COOs were made in Hong Kong. They just had to have the country of origins scored out just for, I think, regulations in Europe, and those would have been sold on tri-logo cards. I mean, for a while, this figure on the tri-logo card was quite highly sought. It was quite valuable, but of late, that's not the case anymore. But it does look nice on the tri-logo card. It's got a yellow background rather than the blue of the when compared to the Kenner card. So they've been found on the Kenner card, US card, 77 back. He debuted on the 77 card, and then the Canada card, and then the tri-logo card as well. So those are the three cards you can find this figure on: the US, Canadian, and tri-logo. But yeah, it's a cool pickup, I think. They look great together. I mean, you certainly can see the white plastic of the No COO is a lot brighter than the Mexican version, which has sort of got a more bone colour to it. Let's compare the eyes. Look into the eyes, They do look good together though. It's a nice comparison. The brown there is certainly lighter, if you ask me. And I think the silver paint's been applied more thickly on the No COO rather than the Lili-Ledy. So very cool comparison. They do look nice. So I've got this one on the tri-logo. I've got this on the 77 back, which came from the Lucasfilm archive. It was graded, but it was a low grade. It was only a 60, but it's still from Lucasfilm archive. But yeah, nice. I think the differences are quite slight, not too major. So, I mean, if this figure is something that floats your boat, so to speak, you could try getting all the variants. But I don't think there's going to be too many variants. Probably Lili-Ledy will be the most exotic. Very nice. It's time to end this video. Well, it's nice to see 2 UKG graded figures. These are probably just the only 2 variants there are, the No COO and the I mean, maybe there's a Taiwan as well. But you can look at High as a Kite, they've got a good site as well. Yeah, I've got the UKG silver sticker there in the top corner. Two great looking figures. Okay, so I hope you like listening to me bore you to tears, and yeah, great stuff. Me and perhaps 2 viewers will enjoy this. Alright, Cheers, goodbye.